Welcome to the Ingram and Tia boxing show. I'm Ingram Jones.
And I am Tia.
And we today will be talking about Adrien Broner versus Marcus Maidana. So my wife had the pleasure, if you want to call it a pleasure, of watching Adrien the Problem Broner in action. And here's her thoughts on the fight.
Wow. Well, Adrien, is that how you say his name?
Adrien
the Problem Broner, I think is going to be a problem for Maidana. I think he is quick. He has power. He walks into the ring with force, and he just goes after his opponent. And so I believe that Maidana is going to have a tough time. I don't think he's going to beat him. I think Broner's going to pulverize him. That's just my opinion. And I think he's going to knock him out between the third and the fifth round. That's what I think.
Now for me, Broner's coming off an uninspiring, as he moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Very uninspiring win over Paulie Malignaggi. Okay, he moved up the weight divisions, but he said he was going to knock Malignaggi out, he was going to do this and that. But to me, he wasn't very impressive, and there are some people that would say that Malignaggi won that fight. So, bearing in mind, okay, he's now welterweight. It's his second fight at welterweight now against Marcus Maidana. Now, because people don't like, there are a lot of people that don't like Adrien Broner, I want to see him get knocked out. Anybody that he fights suddenly is better than they actually are. Boxing fans do this because they can't stand an opponent. Anybody who can just land a punch on Broner, they get desperate. Wow. And Maidana, I have to be honest with you, boxing fans, he's slow of hand, he's slow of foot. He gets dropped by most guys he fights. He pays no attention to defense, and when he gets tagged, he just keeps throwing punches. And I don't see how Maidana gets out of the way of Adrien Broner's punches. Broner can catch Maidana anytime he wants to. I think in this fight, I can see scenarios where Maidana will try and push the fight and try and get Broner against the ropes. That will be his own doing, because I think he'll walk into right hands and right uppercuts and left hooks. Because Maidana's got no defense. Maidana just walks forward like that in straight lines. He walks forward like this in straight lines, yeah, or like that in straight lines. Yes, he's fairly heavy-handed, but there's heavy-handed and there's heavy-handed. Maidana fought Amir Khan at light welterweight, if we remember, and you saw then Danny Garcia fought Amir Khan at light welterweight. Danny Garcia put Khan away. Khan against Maidana went the 12 rounds. Even though he had Khan out on his feet in the 10th, he couldn't finish Khan off. And I see Maidana, like I said, walking into a whole heap of punches and getting caught.
He's gonna get dropped.
I can see Maidana getting dropped early in this fight. I can see him getting up, as he does in fights. But then I can see Adrien Broner put it on him, and anything from round 5 onwards, I see Broner stopping Maidana. Too slow of hand, too slow of foot, walks in straight lines, and basically is cannon fodder for someone like Broner, who has fast hands coming up from the lightweight division to the welterweight division.
What I don't understand is, you have mentioned that they don't like Broner. Why is it that they don't like him?
Well, he comes across as a bit flash and a bit arrogant, and he did that sex tape as well. There's one video where he's actually in the toilet and he's taking a dump.
That's sick.
And he actually recorded it.
Oh, wow. And then he put it out there? Yeah, that lacks taste. But his flamboyancy is entertaining.
Well, yeah,
he is a performer.
Yeah,
he's an entertainer. And that really makes people want to watch him. Because for me, when I was watching some of the highlights, it was very entertaining and I enjoyed it. But also being able to watch him because he's actually a good fighter. And so he doesn't just come with a lot of noise. He's also a good fighter.
I still think Adrien Broner can be outworked. I think you look at the Ponce de Leon fight, you go back to that. I think he's improved as a fighter. But I think Broner's got a style that can be outworked. Tendency to be flat-footed. Okay. But that's not going to matter against Marcus Maidana, to be honest.
Yeah, because he's slow.
He's slow himself.
He's very, very slow. So that's like the tortoise and the hare.
and he's not only slow of foot and hand, he's slow of defense. And against Broner, I just see him walking onto punches. And even if Broner at welterweight doesn't punch as hard as he may say he does, I just think the fact that Maidana's going to be walking into the shots is going to put more power into those shots. And I see, like I said, I see referee stopping the fight, Maidana being too brave for his own good.
Let me ask you this question, though, Ingram. Is there any feasibility of Maidana winning this fight?
Yeah, possibly. If Adrien Broner kind of puts a comb in his hair, he's combing his head, and Maidana decides to throw a right hand. Okay. That's about, and even then, I think before Maidana throws the punch, Broner's going to see it coming. So he's that slow of hand.
So no matter how much training and how prepared Maidana is for the fight,
if Broner gets caught by Maidana, Malignaggi's got faster hands than Maidana. Okay. Maidana is heavy-handed. Yes, he's heavy-handed, but there's no point being heavy-handed if you can't land, right? And Maidana comes in straight lines, and when Maidana throws punches, he leaves himself open. And it's not like Maidana has not been dropped and he's not been hurt before. He has been dropped, he has been hurt, but the guys who fought so far haven't got the ability to sort of finish him off. And Broner is a very good finisher, and believe me, I do, like I said, I see Maidana going down, getting up, as he does, customary, and, you know. But there are question marks about Broner's chin. We don't know what Broner's chin's really like. And if Maidana lands cleanly, it'll be interesting to see how Broner reacts. But, again, if he does land, but I just think, like I said before, it's that slow hands.
I think it's a mismatch.
Mismatch
fight.
Mismatch. What's mismatch?
I think the fight is mismatch. I don't match.
Not mismatch.
Mismatch.
Yeah, mismatch.
Mismatched. I believe the fight is a mismatched fight, because when you look at them both, for me, when I look at them both, it's almost like night and day. You talk about how hard Maidana punches, but I see how quick Broner is, and Broner can move out the way of the punches. But Broner, thank you. But Maidana, he doesn't have any defense, and Broner is very fast and in your face type of fighter.
Broner's very much more sweet science, and in terms of crowd pleaser, Maidana's more of a crowd pleaser. People are more likely going to watch Maidana fight because they like his brawling style. And it's exciting, punch for punch, blow for blow, his head going back, the other person's head going back. That's why a lot of people don't like Floyd, because they don't see Floyd's head going back like this.
Floyd's, no, because he's a scientific fighter. And
Floyd's always putting the other guy's head back all the time and moving away. So, you know, he doesn't get involved in those sort of back-to-back wars and stuff like that. So, you know, so Broner does what he does.
Do you think Mayweather and Broner would ever fight?
I don't see that fight happening, to be honest.
What about, what's his name, Keith Thurman?
Keith Thurman, yes. I also introduced my wife to Keith one-time Thurman, or known as the Thurminator.
One time?
One time. And believe me, one time only does need one time, I believe, against Broner. I really am praying
that would be a fight,
that he beats Maidana and Thurman gets past Carras, so we can look at Broner versus Thurman. I think that would be a great fight.
I think that would be a good fight. I think that fight would not only be more exciting to watch than this one, but it makes more sense because you have two fighters that are almost...
It makes sense in the fans' minds, Atia. It does not make sense in the mind of the promoter.
I don't see how.
The promoter can make more money off Broner fighting somebody he can beat and make more money of that.
Then one that he don't know is going to be.
I don't know.
Fans want to see a fight. We want to see a real fight.
Well, yeah, of course we do. But that's another conversation. Yeah, so, yes, Keith Thurman's interview that I did with him before he fought Chavez, video interview. You can watch this video on our TV station. It's now available on our TV station. That's here. Will you give them the information?
Yes, Bayloric Worldwide Television. If you visit us on the station, the address is www.bayloricworldwide.com. We have some wonderful things out there. There's actually interviews with other boxers as well.
Anna Hullerton.
Very good one. Very good.
Brian Jennings.
And the one Eaton.
That's Brian Jennings.
Oh yeah, he's the one eating.
Yeah, we spoke to him on the job. Quite literally on the job.
Yeah, he was having lunch.
Yeah, he was having lunch.
Come on, okay, talk to me.
and Mitchell Smith, an up and coming super featherweight prospect who is under, I think it's with Frank Warren, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then there's some other things out there that I think the people out there watching this would enjoy seeing.
Yeah.
So you got to take a look. There's a lot of diversity out there.
Okay, it's 10 minutes and 32, 33. I want to get my views up on YouTube, so we've got to cut this. Right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, gone up by 2% in terms of females watching the show. Because before I had 90%. It's gone up.
So it's gone up. Now you have more women?
Yeah.
See? Look, that's because they value the woman. Value me. They see me as a valuable part of this team. I can talk boxing. It may not make sense to some people, but I can talk it. I still think Maidana is going to go down before the 5th round.
Tia's pretty right in these boxing things. And if Tia gets her prediction right, it's not going to look good for me.
We're a team, so when I win, it's one for the team. When you win, it's one for the team. So
okay, one for the team. That don't sound good. Let's leave it there. This is Ingram Jones with a Tia,
and I'm a Tia.
We're out. Take care.
Bye.